In democracy, true change reflects in the transformation of the living standard of the people.
Look at this pattern. Now nobody comes. So please take my
just like a conduit pipe right from
the changing narrative also reflects on who brings home the true dividends of democracy.
Speaker, honorable colleagues, the matter is on the also note that apart from that is a great threat to national unity.
The character matters.
Not minded that we have their mandates. Now we have
dubbed Mr. Project, the member representing Arochukwu Ohafia Federal Constituency, Honorable Nkole, has a direct and special touch with the people, redefining quality and purpose-driven representation.
I'm from Gozo State, Abia State. Mr. Speaker, I want to commend
the Midas Touch.
The Midas Touch
on Flow FM anchors on the project and activities of the people's lawmaker, Right Honorable Nkole, and his social contract with the Arochukwu and Ohafia Federal Constituents. Midas Touch, exclusive on Flow 94.9 FM every Friday by 11 a.m. Midas Touch, in touch with the people.
It would interest you to know that lawmaking is no small task, but the responsibility of performing these tasks have been bestowed on our lawmakers in the House of Representatives. Nigerians expect a lot from these representatives, and in the light of this, Representative Nkole, a member of the House of Representatives of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, elected under the platform of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, to represent the good people of Arochukwu Ohafia Federal Constituency in the 8th and currently the 9th National Assembly of the Fourth Republic, is here to give account of his stewardship at the House of Representatives. These representatives have the opportunity of meeting their constituents and also inspect some ongoing projects as the National Assembly is still on recess. Welcome to Midas Touch, a program designed to give account of the stewardship of Representative Nkole, member representing Arochukwu Ohafia Federal Constituency. And my name is Chioma Nkwanta Ezengwa. It's Friday. It's the 4th edition of the program, Midas Touch. And with me in the studio, he is live presently, is Representative Nkole himself. A very good morning to you, sir.
Yeah, good morning, Chairman.
Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
In person.
You're welcome.
Yes, currently the House is on recess.
That's correct.
Okay. We'll delve into all the matters we have in a very few minutes.
That's right.
In democracy, true change reflects in the transformation of the living standard of the people.
Look at this pattern. Now nobody comes. So please take my
just like a conduit pipe right from
the changing narrative also reflects on who brings home the true dividends of democracy.
Speaker, honorable colleagues, the matter is on the also note that apart from that is a great threat to national unity.
The character matters.
Not minded that we have their mandates. Now we have
dubbed Mr. Project, the member representing Arochukwu Ohafia Federal Constituency, Honorable Nkole, has a direct and special touch with the people, redefining quality and purpose-driven representation.
I'm from Gozo State, Abia State. Mr. Speaker, I want to commend
the Midas Touch.
The Midas Touch
on Flow FM anchors on the project and activities of the people's lawmaker, Right Honorable Nkole, and his social contract with the Arochukwu and Ohafia Federal Constituents. Midas Touch, exclusive on Flow 94.9 FM every Friday by 11 a.m. Midas Touch, in touch with the people.
It is Midas Touch and Flow 94.9 FM, and with me in the studio is Representative Nkole, member representing Arochukwu Ohafia Federal Constituency, and he is here in the studio, so we're just going to get straight to it. So we are going to be focusing on your educational intervention programs across Ohafia and Arochukwu. A lot of schools have benefited from the distribution of modern educational instructional materials. You know, schools like Agri Memorial Primary School, primary schools in Isu and Ututu in Arochukwu, and the list goes on and on. This is just to mention some of them. What is the significance of this project and the aim of this project?
Thank you, Chama, and thank you, listener. I'm going straight. The role of education in our climb is you can't underestimate it, and it is something that is worth doing. For me to have been up to this level, and for you to sit here today, must mean that you have gone through schools. And passing through schools, elementary schools, which is the primary school, is the key factor to whatever thing you are going to do. Be you a professor, be you a lawyer, whatever trade, whatever profession you have chosen, you must have passed through a primary, school. So primary schools remains the bedrock of whatever form of education that remains today, and that formed the basis of my going down the grassroots, especially at the rural areas. I had an interactive session, like I used to do with head teachers of all the primary schools in Arochukwu and Ohafia Federal Constituency. And takeaway from that meeting is actually what I'm implementing. So it's a way to say that I'm trying to address the needs, the gaps, very obvious gaps that exist in primary schools within the federal constituency. Also, sometime in 2017 till date, I also observed a very major loophole, and that loophole is to the fact that most parents, due to the economic situations, cannot even afford to 1,000 naira, 2,000 naira to register their wards for first school living certificates. And I was something that I felt was very, very, in fact, I wasn't comfortable with it. And from that day till now, as I speak to you, I have an understanding with such primary school teachers that if such a situation occurs for such a child, please quietly bring up that to me, and I've been registering first school living certificates because it is very, very important. It is key. Now, going further, today we are witnessing the distribution of modern instructional materials to public primary schools. I have over 156 public primary schools, and in the first phase, I was able to cover close to 80-something primary schools at that particular point in time. And now today, the balance of the 70-something schools are receiving their benefit. And these are projects as a legislator, like I said the last time. We don't have the control over the purse. Nobody gives you such funds. Mm-hmm. But when those funds come, you try to prioritize them based on the needs assessment of your people. So as a takeaway to that meeting I had with the head teachers in all the primary schools, and I had to devote 200 million naira, my constituency project, into the UBEC. UBEC, who is an agency of government that is in charge of quality standards in public primary schools, to execute that project. So, as a contractor, supply those items, we distribute, to make sure it gets, to all the public primary schools. And there are some certain schools, because the first time I went, I had to say, okay, let me move around. Let me even take a look and see the physical infrastructure, the buildings, what they look like in all those primary schools. And to be very frank with you, since Dr. Kezi Igbezo came on board, he made it a point of duty, to fulfill his own part of counterpart funding with UBEC that has given rise to a lot of innovations ongoing. So one is very, very happy. I want to say that he should continue, in that, and it's a very rare to follow. But these things can't come the same time. You still see those ones. You can intervene, like what I did in India Meme Primary School. I said,
I saw pictures of that school.
It was decades.
Yes. And
we bring such a, even when UBEC came, they told the head teacher that they had recommendations for me, because it is something I did on my own personal obligation. I funded the project, and I had to tell the youths, the community, look, if you wait for government to do this, I have tried over time to bring this to the national budget, but the issues we have with implementation is also another thing. But what I can do on my own, I can squeeze out from my own purse, to fund these projects, which is where we are.
Still speaking of projects, you are also involved in housing, roads, bridges, like the Nzuko Aro Women's Wing Geriatric Center.
That's correct.
And Arochukwu, also the Arochukwu Itu Road, which is ongoing right now, the rehabilitation of Muri Bridge, and it goes on and on and on. All of those projects, we've been looking at the significance. If all of these are done, how would the people of those locality benefit?
Yeah, like the issue of the geriatric center at Arochukwu is true under the auspices of Nzukaro, President General Nzukaro Women, and Nzukaro Women, the current President General, and the person of Lady UCC Elewa. When Aro Women, gave a thought about that and asked that I should help out, I saw a very good sense in what they are doing. And to be very frank with you, I equally discussed that on one or two discussions I had with the wife of the governor. She was quite very pleased and gave me a lot of encouragement and advice in that direction. So today, I'm happy that the center has been built, but unfortunately, I got information that from the President General that some of the items were looted, vandalized.
Sad.
Which is a very sad development, and I want to use this medium to appeal to all that, to say that once you see all those infrastructure in your place, it is your responsibility to protect them, because going out to vandalize them will take us back, to a situation whereby what we intend, to cure, we may not be able to do that at that particular point in time. This is a place that we intend to say, okay, our women, our old fathers, our old mothers, whose sons, children are abroad, they are home, they can't go to farm. This is an avenue where they can congregate, rekindle the old life pattern they had, play drafts. Doctors will come there, take care of them. It's a daycare center for, the aged. So it is very, very key that we, all of us, key into that project, because those are our parents we are talking about, our old parents that gave birth to us, that trained us, that at the point that we are young, and also they have the age has put them into that situation. So we still need an avenue where they can recreate, feel free, feel happy, and enjoy themselves while in the absence of their children. Also get adequate medical care. So it is very, very imperative that such things should be sustained. So it's a very welcome development that has been done, and I have a bill totaling almost $500,000 to replace all those items that were vandalized. So I'm working towards that to see that the interment of that project is not defeated, and by God's grace it will not be defeated. Then coming on to the road project, the most critical need of an Aro person today, not just Aro, everybody, is to see that they have a good access road to Aro. Aro, like I keep saying, Aro is the cradle of civilization. Civilization started in Aro Kingdom. So with such history, it becomes necessary that we should have a seamless transportation means, by road going into Aro. It also houses my local government headquarters. And we have friends, we have brothers, we have relatives, and on that corridor, you have other clans. You have Isu, you have Ututu, you have Ihechiawa, you also have Ohafia, Akanu. So it's a critical spine that something is being done. And that project, I brought them in 2017. It has phase 1 and phase 2. Phase 1 is section 1 is the Ohafia to Arochukwu, which is ongoing. Now the section 2 takes you from Ohafia, Ozuab, and Bende up to Umuahia today, which is the section 2. So those are creations of projects of 2017, and it's been receiving adequate attention. Now, going forward, we had 2 bottlenecks on the section 2 that takes you from Ohafia, Ozuabam to Umuahia.
Okay.
Now, the bottleneck we have is in the place of Mori Bridge. Mori is a colonial bridge. It's a belly bridge that was constructed in the then days by the military. Now, Mori Bridge has been, going back and forth, the belly bridge. In 2013, yes, even before I was elected a member of the House of Representatives, 2013, that bridge was very, very bad, was in a bad shape. And in 2013, I undertook the very first major repair of that bridge that lasted up to today, that has witnessed another season of rehabilitation through FEMA, and also a concrete bridge across it. So that gives a finality to that. Now, aside from that, which is a very low-hanging fruit, to pick, going forward, the Nkole Bridge, which I attracted in 2018, now the contractor came in, started construction, but we discovered that the quality of job being delivered wasn't good enough.
It was poor.
Yes, it was very poor. It's a very poor, if comparatively, if you look at what the quality of job that is being executed on that bridge, side by side to upstream, the Ndebaban Bridge, the piling that was done on that bridge, you can clearly see that the job delivery was poor. And that bridge is the major plank, the major connection between Abia North to Akwa Ibom, to Ebonyi, even to Benue, even up to Cameroon. So you could understand what it means by the load of vehicles, the tons of vehicles that will be crossing that in that bridge. So that is the more reason why safety is key. Even if it's a bridge that should carry human, by portage, I don't think quality should be compromised. So owing to that fact, I raised the flag. Federal Ministry of Works, which is the supervisory agency supervising that job, came on and saw what the issues were. And today, like I speak today, I know the level we have gone to seeing that that bridge, the right thing is done. And I'm sure by Tuesday, the bridge component unit of the Federal Ministry of Works headquarters from Abuja is coming back to that bridge by Tuesday.
All right.
And I've been making frequent visits to that site to see that the issues, that is the main Nkole bridge at Uswapam. So that is the...
Okay. All right. What do you have for future projects? Like what plans, what should we be looking out for in terms of future projects? We know you have been undergoing a lot right now, carrying out a lot of projects, but in the future, nearest future.
Yeah, you see, my focus has always been realization of those projects that we have started.
Okay.
All these projects you see in Arochukwu and Federal Constituency were projects that were initiated out of participatory stakeholdership, meetings. So we had those meetings where we set an agenda on the actual needs of those people. So those projects are at various levels of completion. Some are completed, some are not completed. So my primary focus now is to see that more funds are appropriated to those projects so that they could be, realized in due time. That is my first priority. Then, while also looking forth to human capacity development. Human capacity development is key.
Okay.
You see, a lot of people, they don't understand that bureaucracy drives all these projects. Bureaucracy, I mean civil service. Today, I have given, through the grace of Almighty God, I have given employment to over 150 constituents in Arochukwu and Federal Constituency. And those persons, those graduates, are expected tomorrow to rise to a level that they can take over the bureaucracy of the federal service, so that there will be sustainability of those projects, both maintenance, construction, and the ability to bring new ones. Every contract document you see that is being signed is signed by a civil servant to the rank of a director or a directorship, cadre. So I am busy building people into those systems with a view that in the next 10, 20 years, the dividends of these projects, whether I'm there or I'm not there, you find out that it's an auto drive.
I'm glad you talked about the young people. Yes, yesterday was International Youth Day. And yes, we celebrated the youths, we celebrated young people. And this is you celebrating young people right now.
Yeah. Yeah, well, by international convention, if you're above 40, 45, within this range, that I was elected into the House of Representatives as a young man.
Okay.
Though I don't see myself as a young man.
Okay, you were elected as a youth.
I was elected as a youth.
Okay.
As a, not a mother for a youth. Not a mother for a youth. But I was elected a young man, and that is to say that even the mother for groups, I like them. I like the style, because if you don't say this is where you are, nobody will say there you are. So it's a very good, but I want them to be constructive in the engagement. That is very, very simple. I was once, I was a pioneer national youth chairman of my community in Uzwabam.
Okay.
Now, my roles as a youth leader at that community is quite very, very known. I was a civil servant then, but I led from the front. At the point, I was the national leader of Abam Youths. So I've been engaged at all strata of youth activity. So it's a way to say that youth, if you bring up a child in the way, even the Bible admonishes us that bring up a child in the way he should go, that when he grows old, he will not depart, from. So it's biblical to do that, and I'm very happy that our youths today, are taking some practical steps. Also, what I did at Inde Memabam, I was saying, the youth of that community, the mason man, the carpenter, the man that brought the blocks, the water, everything, the man that went to buy the zinc, the whatever material that was used in the construction of that 3 classroom, block was done by the youths of that community. So I'm very happy that putting on that thinking cap, because if you don't put on your thinking cap, I'm not sure nobody else will do that for you. Your parents will not do that for you. Even my own kids. Today, my son, they couldn't go for. I told him, people are not traveling anywhere for the vacation. Owing to I noticed one subject he couldn't do well. I said, no, you must come, you must sit down to remedy this thing. I won't afford you that loss, because if I do that, I won't be doing the right thing. Then my daughter, my last child, said, but that they are my own results. Is it not only? I said, no. So all of you have to sit down so that you know that at times there is a disincentive for not doing the proper thing.
Yeah.
So it's a way to say that is the way I manage my home. So most of the youths, most of them that are very close to me, understands me. But those that cannot shape up with me will all find a way to shape out. But that is not to say that there are not some of them that are very willing and very eager. So youth is key. If you get a child at the right track, you have nothing to fear. And that is why I say, if we get the youth of Abia State, the youth of Nigeria at the right track, youths are expected to be the leaders of tomorrow. Today I can speak, I can stand before any audience and say that, yes, when I was elected as a young man, and I can say that, yes, I know I have not lost focus in the purpose on why I went to the House of Representatives as a young man. So it's an encouragement and it's an embodiment for any youth, even tomorrow, to stand up and say, yes, this is what I want, and I always continue to support the youth.
All right. It is Midas Touch on Flow 94.9 FM, and live in the studio is Representative Nkole, representing Arochukwu Ohafia Federal Constituency. We have been looking at some of the projects that he is currently carrying out, and let's move away from those projects. You joined the governor some days back at the flag off ceremony of the first and second phase of the Amoji Isikot Road. Can you highlight some of the benefits of this road to the people and the locality too?
Yes, I want to thank the governor for what he's doing, having an eye on the rural community. Yesterday, on my flight coming back for this project to honor the invitation, I flew with Emeki Hedion, the former governor of the immediate past governor of Imo State. I asked Nkole, where are you going today? I said, I'm rushing to have to to keep an appointment. Our governor is doing road flag. We say, oh, that's beautiful. That in fact, that Aba is the commercial hub of South, the entire South, and in fact, practically the South in the West Africa. That information he's getting pertains to the fact that the governor is doing well in getting Aba right. I said, yes, if you get Aba right, you have gotten Abia right, because that is where our own treasure, that's our own oil resource control. But I said, away from that the road we are talking about is not just a road in Aba, that is a road in a rural community. He was shocked. He said, oh, and the man is still focusing on rural. I said, yes, he's handling all these things together. It's a way to say that people outside there get information, they're valuable, they're genuine stakeholders. Coming back again to your question, coming to the rural area, villages to construct roads, those are our agricultural belts, those rural roads. That is where our food, most of these artisans, most of these bricklayers, that come out for daily, activities, they live in the rural areas. They can't afford, staying in the urban city. Now, you are talking about checking rural to urban drift. If you provide those infrastructure, those primary infrastructure to them, I mean, what you have in the town, you can also have it, enjoy it in the rural area, and you are not paying house rent. You are saving, you are making more savings. So why are you going to, move into the urban area to cause more pressure on the urban infrastructure? So it is a way to decongesting the cities, making sure that what you have in the city is also available in the rural areas. And that road that is done today, those women that said Yogo, if I manage to pass through that rough road, I can price you anything, to make sure I get that, because definitely others may not want to come. They will be discouraged because of the state of the road. But today, with that road now, there will be influx of more buyers for that commodity. And what does it mean? There's added value to those commodities. So those rural farmers today will be happier that, yes, they have access to the market for their products. And also, those artisans that live in all those villages, the travel time for them will be reduced. If I'm coming to Ohafia, because of the road, I may decide to wake up very early, considering the security situations, today. But if I can come into Ohafia, let's say within 5-10 minutes on a very good road, why should I wake up by 5:30 to come and meet up an appointment by 7 o'clock? Considering security. So the importance of that road is very, very key to human, settlement. So I want to thank him for that. And I have to say that more, even at that place, at the venue, everybody was saying, please do more for us. And graciously, he said, yes, I am commissioning this phase, and I'm also flagging up the second phase and the final phase. That before December, that the second phase of that stretch to Abai will be completed and delivered. So it is satisfactory that the yearnings of our people are being met. And also, let me comment something: the quality of that road, the thickness of the asphalt, what I saw on that road was very, very nice, very, very, very thick. And that will also ensure that in the next 20 years, anything about that road is gone in terms of reconstruction, and gives also an edge for the government also to focus on other aspects of development. So it's a very good decision. I'm happy that such things can happen, and I want to commend him and encourage him to do more. Because that is what.
All right. Still talking about projects. Let's talk about the Nteya Dry Ports. What do you think about the Nteya Dry Port project?
Yeah, Nteya Dry Port project is a very welcome one. You see, I had an experience in that was in 2015. Yes, 2015. There were some items I was bringing in from Singapore Now, the man, the agent that was bringing those
items,
the items, the container, did not route the final delivery point of the container to Apapa.
Okay.
He routed it to Kano because Kano has dry port. I asked him why. He said, if he bets in Apapa, it will take him close to 1 month to get these things out. But if he gets to Kano within 1 week, that this item is, so for me it is faster and easy. So you can now imagine if this Ntinga dry port was you would have routed it straight to Ntinga. And from Ntinga to my village in the house is less than 2 hours or 3 hours, drive. So what I'm saying this is that I'm a practical witness on the importance of that Ntinga dry port. Most of the importers, the greatest number of importers are from the southeast. Now, most of these goods, they bat at Apapa. You now talk about logistics, how to bring those goods back to Abia, to Aba. Now, if you have a dry port with all the appetances, the rails and all these things, all the thing drops in this thing, it is coming down to Ntinga. And someone from Aba, comparatively, would definitely want to come to Ntinga and take his goods and go to Aba to sell.
Yeah.
So the advantages are enormous. So it is something that is worth doing, and it is something that I believe that the governor is pursuing with vigor and is serious, in saying that dream is realized.
Okay. Midas Touch and Flow 94.9 FM. We have been speaking to Representative Nkole. He is presently in the studio with us this morning. We still have a lot to talk about on the program. Stay tuned.
In democracy, true change reflects in the transformation of the living standard of the people.
Look at this pattern. Now nobody comes. So please take my
Just like a conduit pipe, right from
The changing narrative also reflects on who brings home the true dividends of democracy.
Speaker, honorable colleagues, the matter is on the also note that apart from there is a grave threat to national unity.
The character matters.
Not minded that we have their mandates. Now we have
Dubbed Mr. Project, the member representing Arochukwu Ohafia Federal Constituency, Honorable Nkole, has a direct and special touch with the people, redefining quality and purpose-driven representation.
I'm from Gozo State, Abia State. Mr. Speaker, I want to commend
The Midas Touch. On Flow FM, anchors on the project and activities of the people's lawmaker, Right Honorable Nkole, and his social contract with the Arochukwu and Ohafia Federal Constituents. Midas Touch, exclusive on Flow 94.9 FM every Friday by 11 a.m. Midas Touch, in touch with the people.
Glad to know you're still there on Midas Touch and Flow 94.9 FM. If you are watching us live on Facebook, you'll realize that Representative Nkole is dressed in, should I call this a polo? Yes, he's wearing a polo with some inscriptions on it. It skipped my mind to ask him when he first came into the studio, so I'm asking him right now. Please, why are you dressed like this, and what's all the inscriptions on your shirt?
Well, the inscriptions, the polo is one made in Aba polo.
Okay, so what's happening?
What's happening today? Yesterday was about the 154th road that the governor commissioned in Abia State under his 6 years administration. And a cursory look at all these things, you find out most of these roads that were done in Aba. You see Ngwa Road,
yes, Milverton.
You see Amobona.
I'm seeing Abawere Road.
You see
Starline,
Obo Hill.
Osisioma.
Those are the roads the governor has, impacted. And also today, we are traveling to my constituency at Nkole to commission a cottage hospital. And that cottage hospital is well equipped with state-of-the-art medical equipment. It's taking these things, development, down to the grassroots, because health is wealth. Health is key. So I can't thank the governor, and in solidarity with what he's doing. That is why I'm appearing today, on these, T-shirts, to go for that, commission, and to say our governor kudos continuing what you are doing.
So the commissioning is happening today?
It's happening today at Mukboro.
Okay. All right. That's amazing. Now let's move on to national issues. We'll be opening the phone lines 0808-1826-949 or 0811-6052-949. You can call in, drop your contributions on the program, speak with Representative Nkole, who is live with us here in the studio. Your party, the PDP, the People's Democratic Party, has been engulfed in a leadership crisis in recent months, and there has been a resolution of the crisis, and then there's a convention slated for October. It has been fixed. What do you make of all of this? I mean, this is your party.
I want to commend the efforts of the governor, the governors of PDP extraction in resolving that little issue. It was just a storm on a teacup. Definitely, where 1 or 2 or 3 persons are gathered, definitely there must be power in squabbles. But in the wisdom of the governors, led by Right Honorable Aminu Tambuwa, the governor of Sokoto State, and we're deputized by our own governor, Dr. Okeze Victor Ikbazo. And I know he's the brain box, the wisdom box of that PDP Governors Forum. And going by his style, you can see his hand in the resolution of that PDP crisis that it was just resolved as a family affair. It's not unusual. It is very usual, but it's how it is resolved that is the matter today. Everybody is together, and the solution is already there, calling for an early convention. Because the import of that is, it's not that it was a crisis. It's owing to the fact that there is a need to brace up. Today, the economy is in shambles. $1 today is exchanging for over 500 naira. £1 today is exchanging for over 700 naira. So it's about leadership, and the politics, political participation is key. It's constitutional. Parties are the vehicles that can only take people to that level of governance. And if it is not gotten very, very right, things definitely wouldn't define. So if PDP cannot afford to be in this area for any reason as it stands today, as a credible opposition, party, and that is the reason why that issues the governors, so the former ministers, the National Assembly members who spoke in one voice to say the issue shouldn't be about one man, it's about all of us. If the man fails, all of us have failed. So it's not about the leadership, it's also about the followership. Okay. And the followers were able to come together to foster that unity that will enable us meet up to the yearnings. Because Nigerians today are yearning for constructive, innovative changes that will better the lives of every common man. And it's only People's Democratic Party that has the competence, that has the capacity to bring that changes. So that's why resolving that matter was to the best interest of the Federation.
So with the convention, you're saying with the convention, everything will be sorted out?
The issue is about leadership, who leads the party. And we're a democratic organization. Yeah. We respect the right to vote and to be voted for. So the calling for that convention is to have a leadership that will address these gaps and aspirations going forward. So it puts a finality to the agitation, because that is all the crux of the matter. Who leads the party? Okay.
Now it's time for us to take your calls. 0808-1826-949 or 0811-6052-949. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Move away from your radio. Thank you.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning, my sister.
Good morning to you. What's your name?
Yeah, first of all, Honorable, good morning, sir.
Morning.
Yeah, my name is Akbosman, as usual, and coordinate this morning from OBNA in Arochukwu local government area of Ohafia State.
You're welcome.
Thank you. First of all, I want to commend all the good being done by Right Honorable Nkole, the member representing the good people of Ohafia. So we have now members of the House of Rep members, starting from our brother from the distinguished senator who have been for 8 years in the Green Chamber. We have people like Karen Waronsi and DK. And none of them have done such thing. Honorable Nkole has been doing. Remember, in Arochukwu and Ohafia, we have 22 federal wards. And the same Nkole have donated a vehicle to the 22 federal wards in Arochukwu and Ohafia, which we have never seen such before. The same right Honorable Nkole has been doing massively well. If it is possible for you as a journalist to come down to Arochukwu and Ohafia, we'll take you around Arochukwu and Ohafia and show some of the infrastructure being done by the members. But you know that is not enough, and we are still expecting more from the general. Yeah, which we know by God's grace he will do more.
All right.
So talking about his nickname is Mr. Project. Who named Mr. Project? Because the man that has been touching every word
wrap up your
has one
thoughts,
project
please.
or the other. Okay, let me submit. And finally, I want to commend the member of President Arochukwu and Nkole for the good work you have been doing. Honorable, may you continue to do more, and God not to bless you and the governor more and more in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Move away from your radio. Thank you.
I think it's Udo Anaba. I'm coming from Abai. It's longer north.
Ugo, you're close to your radio, please.
I want to appreciate Honorable Nkole. I saw him live yesterday during the commission of the Amoji Akwa Ishikot Road. All the things they said is true. Nothing is cosmetic. Honorable Nkole, we thank you so much. You're a very simple man.
Thank you.
May God continue to bless you and also showcase his Fazu for the flagging of the second phase of the road. We thank you very much, so much.
Thank you.
You're a friend of the young ones. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Good morning.
Hello, my sister. Good morning.
Good morning to you. What's your name?
Yeah, Chima is calling from Okigwe here in Imo State. Chima is from Umunoj.
All right.
Honorable Nkole, may God bless you once again. Honorable Nkole, I called last time you were on radio to just appreciate you. Honorable Nkole, I'm on the APC stuff. But how I wish that many other people play politics the way you play it. I think we wouldn't have been having problems. You see, you are doing your own politics very maturely. That's why Abia has remained undeveloped because of the kind of politics that people play. How I wish that people of Abia play the kind of politics you Nkole is playing. You are working with APC people in order to bring development to your people. Oh, wonderful. Knowing fully well that every good thing, wonderful things come from the federal. You didn't say, oh, my party, my party. Rather, you are working with those in the federal, with APC. Last time you gave a very wonderful accolade to Dr. Joseph Carlo.
Can you
working
wrap
with
up
him
your thoughts?
to bring development to your people. Working with the Koye, Georgia. Look at the Umu Node. What we are having in Umu Node. Road everywhere. Federal institution everywhere. My
Please
brother,
wrap up your thoughts.
Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. Hooray. Teach others how to play politics. The politics is not about my party. It's about what you give to your people. God bless you, Nkole.
Thank you
I
so much.
pray that you will go higher.
Amen.
God bless you.
Thank you so much.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Please move away from your radio.
Just to see you. I thank you for touching the life of people in your constituency. Honorable Nkole. I'm your brother. I'm from Amuvi, just a stone throw from your home to Amuvi, Arochukwu. We have a problem. Hello?
I'm here. Good morning.
We have a problem, which is this intended. The Tumbuzo Road that is just some few kilometers to Akwa Ibom, from Akwa Ibom to Amuvi, Arochukwu. Please, help us. It's strategic. It's about a 4-kilometer road. Also, when you come to Bende, when you come to Abam, the Muri Bridge, or when you come to Abam, the bridge there is about 4-kilometer road to Arochukwu also, which are very short cuts. Please, we are begging you. I've spoken to our brother, who is of the same house of assembly with you, Federal House, and he promised that they will look into that matter. These are very short cuts that could help us. Please, endeavor to do something tangible, even if it is, grading it.
Please wrap up your thoughts.
Huh?
Please wrap up your thoughts.
Yes. Please, even grading it so that people can bring the agricultural produce down from Arochukwu to this area. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you. Welcome.
Okay, we have an SMS here saying, good morning, Representative Nkole. I am happy that you said that work is going to start at Omenuko Bridge, right on Sir Abam Onyerubi. People are proud of you. Felix from Ozwabam.
Thank you.
Hello, good morning. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, my representative.
Morning.
Yes. I'm Mr. Carlo calling from.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
So, you have been hearing what you have been doing. I think respecting you. God will bless you.
Amen. Thank you, and you too.
I want to ask one question.
Please go ahead.
Yes, what from state government and you that is representing Arochukwu Ohafia? If there is anything that you people have embarked in it, I want to know because I've been hearing other places, other communities that comprise Arochukwu Ohafia. We have not seen any this administration present in Ututu, both from state and you representing us. Please, what is happening? Are we not part of Abia State? Are we not part of Arochukwu Ohafia? Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, Honorable.
Good morning.
This is Baba Gana from Momoto Munachubo in Imo State. Please, Honorable, I want to beg you to beg the governor of Abia State or the other governors of our southeast here, the way they treat pensioners them. And some of the parastatals there, they are complaining about 30 months. I mean, somebody with the condition of the country today, even though the salary cannot buy you a bag of rice, some of the pensioners them. So I could remember, like if I tell you how much they say that the federal pensioner will not believe it. And the federal government has promised that they will pay us our minimum wage. Up to now, nothing has done. Please, I'm begging you to beg the governors and their members here to remember pensioners and teachers and doctors. I mean, that who wants should go to take salary and take care of himself.
All right, thank you.
They are complaining about pensioners and teachers. I mean, it's all call for.
Baba Gona, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I think you should react to some of these contributions.
Okay, thank you so much. Akpos, I want to thank you for your commendation and to say that, yes, other rest members, they have come and gone, and today I am the man on the saddle. If I am to say much, I will also say that I'll continue to do my best. I will not be in a position to judge anybody. It's for the people that will continue to impact on the lives of, because that is the primary reason why I left federal civil service to join politics. So I want to thank you, and I want to say that other projects will also come on board as God permits us. Ugo from Abai, I thank you for the commendation. Well, one must continue to be simple because we are all made by the same God. There's nothing super about us. We are serving, and I believe that I'm a servant to the people that sent me. So I don't think I will ever think I'm bigger than them. So I continue to remain as low as I'm to enable me to deliver on my mandate. Chima, thank you so much for your appreciations and your accolades. Yes, those are the things we keep saying. After elections, what comes up is delivery of mandates. We keyed into the governor's style. Governor at the point was the closest person to the villa in his first term. I can't remember how many times Osibanjo was. The vice president was here. I just the fact that we're in a new position. So when you have a leader that thinks broad-minded, you don't have any other thing other than to key. I'm in good terms with everybody, with Honorable Kiro Onyejocha, the deputy chief whip, and Senator Joseph Okalo, who is the chief whip of the Senate. So He's not the chief whip of APC. He's the chief whip of the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And Nkole Onyejacha is not the chief whip of APC. He's the deputy chief whip of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So I must continue to latch with them because after election, governance begins. So I have good relationship with them, and I will continue to do that to ensure that our people benefit from that. But I continue to be a PDP man even up to tomorrow, and I hope that what is important to me is to ensure that I get things done for my people. The president today is of APC stock, but that doesn't make him APC president. He's the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So anybody that doesn't know how to situate these two things about governance, about party politics, the person is here to get an understanding on how government, runs. On that movie issue, Ben Tumbus, I'm glad you have spoken to my colleague, Honorable Ben Nkole. I will also take your complaint to the senator representing Abia North, who are the statutory persons that represent Ben there. I don't have competence to talk about internal roads, that is within Ben there, linking other state. But if we are to be a road that links MYH to my federal constituency, consider it, a topmost priority. But I will ensure that I'll give a voice to what you have said. Then the Abham Ondo Kreke Arochukwu Road, Okobo Road, Okobo Bridge has already been delivered by the governor. I understand the importance of that road, and I'm sure that the governor has a template, like he said yesterday, on when each road is going to be delivered. So I will also chip in a word on that to remind you, but I know something definitely is to be done on that road. Felix, I want to thank you from Uzwaba on the Menoko Road. Yes, we've not been sleeping on that matter. Before 2016, assessing Abam on that federal spine was a nightmare. Most times when it rains, you get stuck up in Ohafia, but today is an easy flow going forward to Uzwana, Ohafia. So that bridge is a high flyer. Is about 4-span length of bridge, 4-span of 6 meters. It's about 24 meters bridge, and it's not a bridge that you just wake up and just do shabbily. So it's a long. It's a long time this thing, but the important thing that we have started, not like the Mori Bridge, that was a low-hanging fruit, which was easy to for me to accommodate within the framework of the 2021 budget alone. The Domenico Bridge requires up to three years consistent funding from the Federal Ministry of Works to enable that realization of that critical bridge. But definitely, I'm on it.
Okay.
I know, like I said, something will be done. Mr. Carlo from Ututu, thank you for your observations. I want to quickly take you to Ututu. If you witness now, you can go through Amove coming to Ututu. That road is on ground. It's under construction. Going to Ekotokbara, I attracted that through FEMA. Is a project that one is undertaking to see that Ututu is carried along. I'm sure that about within Arochukwu and St. Paul's Junction now, doing that construction. So with time and patience and sustainability of efforts, while we're intensifying that road will be done. There is a cottage hospital which I just equipped. I equipped that hospital that was in 2018 or so with all the necessary things. It was a state project that was done by the Abia state government, and today that hospital has been equipped. The only thing that is we're still looking forward to, which Nkole has promised, is about the issue of the water system, having a water project on that, which I assured them is going to happen. Then I've also done human capacity development. I have about 3 of your sons in the Federal Civil Service. I have Kenneth Carlo who is in the Federal Ministry of Labor. I have Raphael Nkole, who is in the Federal Ministry of Education, and I have Dr. Josephine, who is in the Federal Ministry of Health, a doctor at the University of Port Harcourt Teaching Hospital. So they are from Mututu. And then currently, I have rehabilitated the OBNS Secondary Technical School. Is on ground, and I've also donated these education and empowerment materials. I've also given to that. On the other man that talked about pensions and salary, well, you have made your point, and I know the governor is a listing governor and other governors, and definitely there is an issue all of us don't understand. Even you may not imagine the federal government going to borrow from the pensions funds. People don't really know that these issues cascades down, it trickles down to the states and the payment of all those things. But we at the National Assembly, we have had cause to have an interactive interface with the president of Nigerian Union of Pensioners, and our points and this thing was very, very clear. We continue to pursue at that level to ensure that these funds are released in due time to the states and to make sure that everybody gets their own fair share.
All right. Thank you so much, Representative Nkole. Time flies when you're discussing matters of importance. And on this note, we are wrapping up today's edition of Midas Touch. Special thanks to our producer, Samson Eze. Special thanks to the guys behind the camera, Solomon and Stanley. Thank you so much, Representative Nkole, for coming here today in person. Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right. Midas Touch will return same time next week, Friday at 11 a.m. Enjoy the rest of your day. I am Chioma Nkwanta Ezengwa.